Hi, this is Simon Candy from Acoustic Guitar Lessons Online.net, and in today's video I'm going to demonstrate to you why a capo is not cheating. So it kind of amazes me in one respect why I would even have to make a video like this, but there's people out there who do believe using a capo is cheating, which is complete nonsense and always just makes me laugh, to be honest. However, it's is a stylistic tool to enhance your creativity on the guitar. Now, if you're new to guitar and you're new to the capo, don't take offense. I'm not calling you stupid or anything like that. It's fair enough if you really don't know any better that maybe using the guitar you might think is cheating. It is absolutely not. So we're going to prove that in today's video. I'm going to take you through 3 all-time classic songs that use a capo and show you how these songs would not exist in the way that they do if it weren't for the capo. So I'm going to take you through each one in detail, and I'm going to try and replicate the song without the capo so you can see how it would be or how it would sound if you weren't using the capo. I'll also try and play it in the same position and key that it's actually in without the capo, and you'll see very clearly why the capo was used. So let's get to it and prove once and for all, in case you are one of these people who think that the capo is cheating, is actually not the case. The first song is Here Comes the Sun, the famous Beatles tune written by George Harrison. Beautiful, beautiful tune, instantly recognizable thanks to the capo in part, and it goes like this. Right? That type of thing, right? So it's using the chords of D major, D, G, and A in the key of D. I've got a video that explains the mechanics of the capo, how to use it, and gets rid of any confusion. So I'll link to that right now in the top right corner. You can bookmark it for later, and it will explain how to use a capo. Here I'm just demonstrating why it's not cheating. And if we did not have the capo for this tune, right? Get rid of the capo, put him down there. If I try and play that, try and replicate that sound, it's very difficult. And I've got to get to this G. Right? If I really practice that, yeah, okay, maybe I could replicate it, but it still doesn't sound the same. It doesn't have the same sound. It doesn't have the same sort of resonating of the notes that you get with the capo, that open, classic open position sound, only up at the 7th fret. And you won't get all the little, embellishments and extensions and so forth. They won't all be possible. So it's very difficult to try and play that using essentially your index finger as the capo. So the other option would be to bring it down here to the open position and play the chords of A major, which will give us the same chords, the same key you're hearing up here. We're using D major here, down here A major, to get the same sort of sound. And to get those, embellishments and so forth, the little melody component to this, you can do it, but it's just not going to sound the same. Maybe the D, right? So it sounds, it's obviously the same key, you can recognize it, but it doesn't have the same sound, right? The same sort of chime that you get and timbre you get with the capo up here in the, key of, well, still the key of A, but using the D major chords. It's also a little clunky to play, as you can probably tell. So not ideal and not anywhere close to getting and replicating the sound of Here Comes the Sun. Another very famous song that uses a capo is Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. I'm referring to the Jeff Buckley version, which is a very, very famous version of this beautiful, beautiful tune. So he is capoing at the 5th fret using the chords of G major, and we get this sort of thing for Hallelujah. etc. Right? So, and it goes on from there. So beautiful, you know, in 6/8 time here, getting that nice, beautiful sound of capo in at the 5th fret using the chords of G major. The actual key we're hearing is C major. So again, you can check out that other video I referred to earlier for explanations about that. But let's say we try and play that song without the capo. Again, you know, to begin, I'm not going to be able to get all the notes on the top of the chord that are happening in that particular version because I'm busy again with the index finger trying to take on the role of the capo. And, you know, I think you can see that, you know, going to C into the D chord's even more awkward trying to play. It's not going to sound the same. Even if you could get all that sounding again, the capo gives it a particular timbre that you're not going to get anyway with the index finger barring. So what are you left with if you weren't to use the capo, right? Well, then you could play it sort of like in the key of C, in the open position. Okay, that type of thing. So you come down to A minor. Maybe you could put the note on top, F, and the C and the G. So it's not that that doesn't sound bad, it sounds okay, but my point is you're not getting this sound any other way other than using the capo. Okay, so another example of why we use a capo. It's not cheating, it's going to give us sounds that we wouldn't get otherwise on the guitar. So let's look at one more song that will absolutely demonstrate once and for all that using the capo is not cheating. Landslide, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. It's a beautiful tune. It's the perceived key, the key we're sort of seeing here is C. Okay, we've got this nice little run down from the C chord, B in the bass, A minor, right? That sort of thing. Beautiful Travis picking pattern, some little embellishments going on there. And we're just playing from a C to a G with a B in the bass, A minor 7, back to G with B in the bass, and back again. Now, if I try and do that without, you know, the capo, again, you know, very awkward. You're not gonna get any of the embellishments. Right? So you can hear that I'm kind of doing it, but I'm not getting the little embellishments. And again, you're not getting the sound of the capo, the sound of open chords higher up on the fretboard. Yeah, the resonance, how those notes are resonating. And little subtle things like that. Little pull off. Right? So trying to play that in an open position, well, we're in a key here, the actual key we're in is E flat, so you're not going to play anything in the open position in E flat. So it's not even an option to use open chords if you want to keep the same key. What you could do perhaps is change the key, this sort of thing. Okay, so if you really wanted to avoid the capo because you think you're cheating, then you could do that. But of course, it doesn't sound the same. It's not that it doesn't sound good. It's not that you couldn't do a nice arrangement of the song in that position, like the other songs too. Absolutely. But my point is, it's not going to sound the same as the actual song. Hopefully, I've demonstrated there. If you had any sort of inclination towards thinking that using the capo was cheating, hopefully I've cleared that up for you. If you were sort of, you know, if I'm preaching to the choir here, well, hopefully you've understood the capo a little bit more and why it is used for certain songs. And once again, I'll refer to the video I've linked in the top right corner where you can go and learn the mechanics of the capo and know where to put it to be in particular keys for certain playing situations. So check that video out to further learn about the capo. If you like this video, you'll love this ebook complete with video examples called 10 Melodic Fingerpicking Patterns you can learn in 10 minutes or less. Do you struggle to make the fingerpicking patterns you learn on guitar sound like music? Perhaps it's because you believe in one or more of these fingerpicking pattern myths. 1. You need to know a lot of patterns to have your fingerpicking sound musical. 2. Only advanced fingerpicking patterns sound musical. Easy patterns are too basic to sound any good. Or 3. there is a magic pattern out there somewhere that once found will finally have your fingerpicking sound the way you want it to. None of these myths are true. This is because fingerpicking patterns alone are not musical. They're technical. It's what you do with the patterns that will determine how musical they sound. In this ebook, you learn how to make the most boring fingerpicking patterns sound amazing instantly. Plus, the simple trick to make advanced fingerpicking patterns easier to play, and the thumb and one finger trick that's so simple and will have your fingerpicking sounding pro in no time. Click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook complete with video examples, 10 melodic fingerpicking patterns you can learn in 10 minutes or less. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see in future videos. I love to hear from you. A lot of the topics that I do cover come from suggestions from you, so don't be shy. Drop us a comment below this video and I'll be sure to get to it and reply. If you like this video, then hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so YouTube can tell you when I've released a new video, which I do every single week. Thank you so much for being here. This is Simon Candy from Acoustic Guitar Lessons Online.net. I really do appreciate the time you take to check out my videos, and I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one.